definition in the top, it says beat, the pulse of music. Next to
This
it
is the sound of learning.
1, 2, ready, go. Beat, beat, beat.
It's the Youth Orchestra of St. Luke's, an after-school music immersion program launched by the Orchestra of St. Luke's. And it's a new approach to music education for the 39-year-old orchestra. So new, in fact, the music stands haven't even arrived yet.
So we talked to schools around here, and we simultaneously were looking outward into the world of music education and saying what's new, what's exciting, and what's working.
According to several studies, what's working is a consistent exposure to music that's disciplined and fun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually really hard to do.
After a year of preparation, Education Director Jennifer Kessler visited local public schools to find interested students.
We saw Jennifer with this violin, and I was so interested. I told my mom, "Can I look at that? Or maybe can I go?"
4 days a week, the children meet here at the Police Athletic League for 2 to 3 hours of musical games, listening exercises, and their favorite thing, learning how to play their very own instrument.
Double bass, I need you in the middle, baby.
It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of focus. And this is helping them develop these things that they might not necessarily be getting.
It also takes a dedication to arts education.
The provision of music education in public schools has been pretty patchy since the 1970s. There was a kind of whole-scale reduction of the arts at that time, and that's actually the time that Orchestra of St. Luke's started to do arts and education programs. It started, in fact, as an orchestra because it did free education concerts.
And 2 years ago, for the first time in its history, the orchestra got its own home at the Domena Center, a state-of-the-art performance and rehearsal space on Manhattan's far west side. The children in the youth orchestra come from the same neighborhood.
Everyone step up.
And even though luxury condominiums have sprouted in the area like weeds, local schools are struggling, and there's desperate need for good after-school programs.
And it's really not a very big distance between their schools, the Domena Center, and Carnegie Hall, where we play. So, you know, the idea is to really give people a sort of portal into classical music.
But the kids sometimes have less lofty ideas.
It's been challenging to balance what we think will work with what they actually want to learn.
In our generation right now, where kids are so TV'd out and computer games, it's interesting how they can focus on that so easily and for a long period of time, but then when it comes to other things, it's really hard for them.
But it's something these kids are willing to work at.
Like a soft kind of music like soothes you and like keeps your mind, like meditation music. You're just thinking about the music and have everything in your mind blank.
Excellent, good.
We have very special guests here today. It's our future members, in fact, our present members of the Youth Orchestra of St. Luke's, sitting right here in the front row.
A free youth orchestra is a big commitment for St. Luke's. Most of its $600,000 education budget already goes towards the free concerts it's provided for decades. But that could change if others react like the mother of this young violist.
I would have never known that this would have been it. I mean, I would put him in everything, karate, whichever, but I mean, I always known that he was into music, but I would have never guessed.
And the kids are learning much more than music. They're learning cooperation, patience, and how to listen.
Rest. Rest. We're looking for perfection and excellence. Do you want to be excellent? Or do you want to be an okay group? Well, let's do it without a mistake.
This isn't about training, you know, millions of professional musicians. This is about training people to do something that they can love and they can listen to and they can participate in some way.
On that score, the Youth Orchestra of St. Luke's has already succeeded.
I want to learn more about the cello and learning so I could be great at it.
And I think in the next few months, we're going to dramatically see these kids doing some fabulous things, and their lives are going to change.
Lisa Rinehart for 219 West.
What I want you to do, and this is going to be the last thing.